Hello students, this is your physical education teacher Llewellyn Pinto. Today we are going to learn something about basketball. So to understand basketball we shall learn the history. So let us see what the history of basketball says. The game of basketball is considered as one of the fastest games. Men and women play this game with enthusiasm. It can be played outdoor and indoor. It was invented in 1851 by an American named Dr. James Naismith. Since this game was played keeping the basket at particular height and throwing the ball in it, it was named as basketball. So initially the basketball ring was not there, it was a basket in which the balls were dropped. At later stage, instead of basket, a ring with a net was replaced. This change was done because it was difficult to put out the balls being collected in the basket. This was hindering the game also. In the year 1894, the rules of the game were formulated and considered as international rules. Initially, the measurements of the playground were not fixed. So, the players of the team were kept 5, 7 and 9. But by means of formulating rules as international ones, the number of the playing players was kept 5. Since the game is speedy, the number of substitutes was kept 7. In the year 1897, the first World Basketball Championship was organized in America. For the wider development of this game, an International Basketball Federation was established in the year 1932. In 1936, the competition for men was organized for the first time in the 11th World Olympic Games conducted in the Berlin city of Germany. Likewise, the competition for women was organized for the first time in the 21st World Olympic Games conducted in Montreal in the year 1976. So you all know that in 1936 the men's basketball was introduced in the Olympic Games. In the same way, the women's world basketball competition was included in the Olympics in Montreal in the year 1976. In 1900, Case Patterson tried to popularize this game in Kolkata city of India. From 1920, the Young Men's Christian Association YMCA in Chennai, Madras, had tried to popularize this game through the College of Physical Education in India. In 1950, the Basketball Federation of India was established to coordinate the game. In 1951, when the first Asian Games competition was conducted in Delhi, the capital of India, in which the men and women basketball team took part in India, the basketball games competitions are organized every year at different levels, district, state and national levels. So the next thing is basketball playground, the measurements of it. So the measurement is length and width. So the length is 28 meters and the width is 15 meters. Center circle. The center circle is 1.80 meters in radius. Free throw lines. Free throw lines 3.60 meters. 3-point circle 6.75 meters radius. So accordingly the basketball playground is the measurement is given. Then the equipments used is the boards. 2 boards are required. Length and width of board is 1.80 meters into 1.5 meters. Thickness of board is 3 centimeters. Second one is a ring and net. Iron round ring, inner diameter 45 centimeters. Thickness of iron rod is 20 mm. Length of net is 40 centimeters. Now the ball. Round rubber ball. The weight of the ball is 600 grams to 650 grams. The circumference of the ball is 75 centimeters to 78 centimeters. Now as you can see the ground, the 3-point line, which is 6.75 meters, and from the 1 meter throwing mark is 1.575 meters till the end line. The center circle is 3.6 meters in radius and the restricted area. So the marking of the restricted area is in width 4.9 meters and in length is 5.9 meters. Now the distance between the 3-point area and the throw-in line is 0.90 meters. So you can see the basketball playground over here and the measurements regarding it. Now the team bench area, that is 2 meters in width, okay, and it is drawn from the center line mark at a 5 meters distance. There is also a scorer table kept in the center. Other equipments: scorebook, stop and go watch or stopwatch, call bell, scoreboard, and foul indicator. Numbers from 1 to 5, out of which 1 to 4 numbers should be black color and the 5th one should be red color. So these are the other equipments. Then as we see that blackboard with post and ring, that is 1 meter, end line 0.05 meters and 1.20 meters the width of the pole. The height of the pole is 2.90 meters and then 0.15 meters from the throwing area. You can see the basket also, the basket ring which is made, that is 0.45 meters in width. So accordingly the measurements are given, and the blackboard which is also given over here. How is it? It is 1.80 meters in width and 1.5 meters in length, and the support, this is called the support board also. So when you take the support, so the center square of the support board is 0.59 meters in width and the length is 0.45 meters. All lines are 0.05 meters in width. So the marking lines which are put up on the board is 0.05 meters in width. The skills used in basketball are passing, 2-hand overhead pass, the second one is 2-hand chest pass, third one 2-hand bounce pass, 1-hand underhand pass, 2-hand underhand pass. Then comes dribbling. So there are two types of dribbling, in that low dribbling and high dribbling. Then comes shooting, shooting without support, shooting with the support of board. So as we saw before this, the supporting board, so while shooting with the use of the support board and shooting without the use of the support board. Then fourth comes the layup shot, fifth is the set shot, 1-hand set shot and 2-hand set shot. Now we shall get information regarding different skills of the game. First is passing. Passing being the basic skill in the game of basketball, it has got more importance. By means of getting control over the skill of passing, the game can be made speedy, which will be helpful in scoring more baskets. In the game of basketball, the action of giving the ball from one player to the other player of the same team is called passing. For the effectiveness of this skill in the game, the well understood cooperation of all the players is quite necessary. So to win the game, the mastery over the skill of all the players become necessary. Now we shall get information regarding types of the skills of passing. So now this is the basic skill which is used in basketball, and passing is the skill which now, as we know that if we dribble the ball and we go, then it would take more time. So to not consume more time and to waste less time, passing is the effective skill to make the game more speedier and faster. 2-hand overhead pass. A player in the basic position in which he shall keep his both the legs little open and bent from the knees. His eyesight shall remain in front, the back shall be straight and the body shall remain little leaned in the front and shall hold the ball. From this basic position, he shall take the ball in front of the forehead. The hand shall be kept bent from the elbow and shall remain on the sides. Then, keeping the grip over the ball, shall take the wrist downwards. Then, putting one leg in front, shall extend the hands in front of the head along with a ball. From there, he shall release the ball with a jerk of wrist from over the head. The body weight shall be over the front leg. So, this skill is known as the two-hand overhead pass. So, by giving a spring action, you jerk the ball and you release the ball to your own player. And this is known as the overhead pass. Two-hand chest pass. A player shall hold the ball and come in the basic position. He shall bring his wrist little downwards along with the ball. Then, keeping the eyesight towards the receiver of the ball, shall release the ball speedily with a push of the wrist. So, the process remains the same here, but he shall push the ball from the front of his shoulders. The ball shall travel parallel to the chest of the receiver of the ball. So, who receives the ball? It has to travel parallel to his chest. The motion of the ball shall be the direction of the movement of the arms of the clock. After the release of the ball, the weight of the body shall be on the front foot and the palms of the hand shall remain in the outward direction, but shall remain nearer to each other. So, the chest pass, it remains nearer, and the overhead two-hand overhead pass, it remains a little bit outwards. So, then comes the two-hand bounce pass. A player shall hold the ball in the basic position. The ball is not passed in the front, but instead the ball is collided with the ground and sent to the receiver. The ball shall reach the receiver at an angle at which it might have been collided. This skill is called V pass also. So, when you bounce the ball to the receiver, what happens? It forms a V formation. Okay, so this is also called a V pass. And as you know, children, that most of the time direct chest pass or overhead pass are not possible, because when you are passing, when it's not in the game, in the practice, there is no problem because there are no opponents, so you can easily pass the ball. But sometimes now in a match, when there are opponents around you, then you need to change the skill. So this pass is more effective over there, where you can bounce the ball on the ground and pass it to the receiver or your own teammate. Fourth skill is one hand underhand pass. The player shall hold the ball in the basic position, then he shall bring the ball near the right knee. If he is the lefty, left knee. So he shall keep the elbows nearer to the body, then he shall keep the right hand straight, keeping its palm in the direction of the throw. To give support to the ball, shall keep the left hand in such a way that it remains in the front. Then, along with taking the left leg in the front, shall give a swing to the hands and take them in the front. When the ball comes nearer the plane of the shoulders, the ball shall be released with the push of the fingers. After the release of the ball, the palm of the right hand shall remain towards the sky. This pass can be performed with the left hand from the left side. So, as you know, students, this is the very good passing skill, one hand underhand pass, in a way where the palm is facing the sky. Okay, how we throw an underhand throw, in the same way underhand pass. So then comes the two hand underhand pass. The fourth one was the one hand underhand pass by using only one hand. Now the fifth skill is the two hand underhand pass. A player shall hold the ball in the basic position and bring it on the right side near the wrist. Right elbow shall remain on the back side near the body. Left hand shall remain in front, touching with the body. Eyesight shall be in the direction of the throw. From this position, he shall do the action of pass like one hand underhand pass with both the hands. This pass can be performed from left side also. So, the same way, but the two hand underhand pass is done with both the hands. Then comes dribbling skill. In the game of basketball, the skill of tapping the ball with one hand on and often on the ground is called dribbling. Along with dribbling, one can go forward with the ball. After dribbling the ball, once it can be held, but after holding it cannot be dribbled again. So once you start dribbling the ball by bouncing it on the ground, and after that dribble, if you hold the ball with both the hands, you stop dribbling, then again you cannot start dribbling. Okay, so the ball hold after dribble needs necessarily to be passed. So after you dribble the ball and then you hold it with your hands, you have to compulsory pass the ball. You cannot dribble the ball again. Or if a player is near the board, he can shoot it. So if the player is near the board, he can take a shot. The dribbling is to be done with one hand only. While dribbling, one has to keep the eyesight in the front. So dribbling has to be done compulsorily with one hand only. Now comes types of dribbling: low dribbling and high dribbling. Low dribbling. In this type of dribbling, the ball is kept at the height lower than the knee and then dribbled. In low dribbling, one can keep control over the ball. Generally, when any player of the opposite team comes nearer to the dribbler, he can be dodged another side, keeping the control over the ball. Then comes the high dribbling. In high dribbling, mostly the ball remains at the height above the waist. To get this height, the ball is needed to be collided with the ground with more power. To travel with speedy motion, one has to use skill of high dribble. But while doing high dribble, if one is inattentive, the opposite player can easily snatch away the ball. So scientifically, if we see this, that we can understand with the Newton's third law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you bounce the ball hard, then the ball is if you use more power on the ball to bounce it, then it is going to go higher. And if you use less power, less force on the ball, then it's going to give a lesser bounce. So in this way, the lower dribble and the high dribble can be done. Then comes shooting. During the game of basketball, the skill of throwing the ball in the ring from different places in different situations is called shooting. In the game of basketball, getting the victory depends upon more number of baskets, and more number of baskets depends upon the perfect and successful shooting in the ring. Shooting is done in two ways: shooting without support, straight shooting, or shooting with support of the board, assisted shooting. So the board which is put on the pillar on which the basket also is fixed. So there is a board over it, and with that support you can shoot the ball in the ring. And some shooting skill is without using the support of the board. Now the first one is straight shooting. In straight shooting, the ball is passing through the ring without any support whatsoever, so directly through the ring. And the second one is the assisted shooting. In this type of shooting, the ball is being passed through the ring after being collided with the board. So usually it happens in the left shot. When you go to take a left shot, then the ball, if you collide it with the board, then it is an assisted shooting. But if you shoot directly into the ring, then it is a straight shooting. Then a layup shot. With dribbling, when a player comes near the board and collides the ball with the board to shoot, is called layup shot. Okay, so in layup shot, when a player is little away from the board, shall stop dribbling and catch the ball. When his right or left leg is on the ground and in motion, he shall take a long step with any of the legs and shall jump high and shall extend the shooting hand from the elbow and shall collide the ball in the rectangle drawn on the board slowly. The ball collided thus mostly passes through the ring. After the layup shot, the player shall land on the ground on both of his legs. Now this is a type of layup shot when the player dribbles the ball, takes it into the restricted area, and there he holds the ball and then takes a step ahead and jumps and shoots the ball into the net with the support of the board or without the support of the board. Set shot. There are two types of set shot. one hand set shot and two hand set shot. One hand set shot, a player shooting with right hand shall keep his right leg in the front. As shown in the picture, the palm of the right hand shall face the ring and the palm of the left hand shall remain in touch with the ball to support it. Then the right hand shall be extended towards the ring. When the hand becomes straight, the ball shall be thrown towards the ring with a push of the wrist and the fingers. When the ball is released from the right hand, its palm shall remain towards the ground. Shooting can be done differently as follows. To shoot, bringing the ball in front of the shoulder. To shoot, bringing the ball over the head. To shoot, bringing the ball over the shoulder and on the side of the head. So these are the different types of shooting. Two hand set shot. This skill is used to shoot from the far distance. Initially, a player shall hold the ball coming in the basic position. He shall bring both the wrists downwards along with ball. Then he shall extend his hands above from the front of the forehead, making the hands straight. He shall make the legs straight from the knees and shall rest the body on the toes of the legs and shall push the ball towards the ring with the help of the wrist and the palms. The ball shall go towards the ring with speed. After the release of the ball, the palms of the hand shall remain sidewards and near to each other. So now because of this two hand set shot, why it is used from far? Because more force is applied, and instead of one hand, two hands use more force. So simple as that, two hands are applied to use a long distance throw. Then comes individual practice. The game of basketball is such in which one can have individual practice. Such practice can be done effectively for the following skills: dribbling practice, shooting practice, layup shot practice, set shot practice. So these are the individual skill practices. Dribbling practice. In dribbling practice, a player can dribble high and low. Practice can be done with low speed and high speed. While practicing, one can abruptly stop and immediately go ahead. The time limit can be framed out by experience to achieve required physical fitness. If need be, one can keep on dribbling standing at one spot. Shooting practice. Shooting can be done from any distance and any spot in the ground. For perfection, one can fix the numbers of shooting and can note as to how many shots were successful. Layup shot or layup shot practice. In this skill, dribbling, jumping and shooting actions are included. The practice of layup shot can be done with slow speed in the beginning and can be increased at the later stage. It can be performed from the front of the board, from the right side or from the left side of the board. While shooting, if the ball collides with the board and does not pass through the ring, one should try to collect the ball to try it again by using a rebound. So by collecting the ball again, it's known as a rebound. Set shot practice. Set shot can be done with one hand and also with two hands. The practice of this shot can be done in three ways: bringing the ball in front of the shoulder, bringing the ball over the head, and bringing the ball over the head and on its side. For long distance shooting, two hands set shot should be used. This skill can be performed from the front of the board, from any direction and from any distance. Team practice. If one wants to practice in a team, there should be two teams consisting of 5 players in each team. To get mastery over team practice, the team should play the game for different time limits. In the beginning, they can have 2 halves of 5 minutes each. Then they can play 2 halves of 10 minutes each, and ultimately for 20 minutes each. For team practice, inter-class competitions and friendly matches can be arranged. At school level and college level, such practices of the games can be arranged for boys and girls both. Rules of the game. Every team of basketball game comprises of total 12 players. including 5 playing players and 7 substitutes. Dribbling can be done with one hand only. After stopping doing the dribbling, it cannot be done again. Third, if there is a foul, intentional foul or the technical foul during the shooting, the opposite team shall be given free throw. Free throw. Free throw is done from the free throw line of the opposite team. In this throw, if the thrower commits a foul and there is a basket, it shall be considered cancelled. If opposite team commits a foul and there is a basket, it shall be considered as a basket. If there is no basket, the free thrower shall be given the chance again. If in the second chance there is a basket, then the team which scores basket shall get 1 point. 3-second rule. Any player of the team having the control over the ball cannot stay for more than 3 seconds in the restricted area of the opposite team. For this foul, the opposite team is given sideline throw. Then comes the 5-second rule. For sideline throw and for free throw, 5 seconds are given. For taking more than 5 seconds foul, the opposite team is given sideline throw. Then comes the 8-second rule. After getting the control over the ball, the team needs to take it in the opposite side ground within 8 seconds. If this is not done, the opposite team is given sideline throw for this foul. 24-second rule. No team can play the ball continuously for more than 24 seconds without shooting. During this time limit, that team needs to shoot at least once or try to score. Start of game. The referee can start the game by tossing the ball in between the teams from the center circle of the ground. The start of each half time and the additional time also shall be done by the referee in the same manner. Basket or goal. During the game, when a ball passes through the ring from over the upper side of the ring, it is considered as a basket or a goal. During the game, 2 points are given for a basket. 3 points are given for the basket done from the outside of the 3-point area. For free throw, 1 point is given. Substitution. Substitutions can be done when the ball is dead. Held ball. During the game, when the players of both the teams keep their 1 or 2 hands over the ball for 5 seconds, the umpire shall declare it as held ball. In this situation, the sideline throw is given in succession. Back court pass. Once getting the control over the ball in front court, it means ball cannot be taken in the back court or your own court. Personal foul. When a player touches the opposite team's player and tries to obstruct the motion, he is given personal foul. Such a foul is noted against that player. In this situation, the opposite team is given sideline throw. Then comes double foul. When the players of both the teams commit the foul at a time, it is a double foul. For this foul, sideline throw is given. Intentional foul. During the game, when a player commits a serious foul intentionally, it is called intentional foul. For such foul, a player can be removed from the play. To start the game, there should be 5 players in both the teams. In the game of basketball, the time of one inning is 10 minutes. In the game, 4 such innings are to be played. In between 2 innings, 2 minutes rest is given, and in the half time, after 2 innings, 15 minutes rest is given. The timing shall be like 10 plus 2 plus 10 plus 15 plus 10 plus 2 plus 10. At the end of the game of 40 minutes, the team which gets more points shall be the winner. When there is a tie, at the end of the game, if both the teams have scored equal points, additional 5 minutes timing or such more innings shall be given till the result is achieved. In between additional innings, 2 minutes rest shall be given. Now, students, don't get confused here. These innings are also known as quarters. So there are 4 quarters in a match, divided into 2 parts. In the game of basketball, there shall be one referee, one umpire, one timekeeper, one scorer, and one 24-second operator. So after 24 seconds, the ball is handed over to the opponent team to start the game. So in this way, we have completed the lesson of basketball, and I hope so you have understood the same. Thank you.